Welcome to Lindholm Lakes. We're here for the first ever Catch Knockout Cup final. Yesterday over on Laurels Lake we saw 16 anglers go head to head to secure a place in today's final, and with really low overnight temperatures the weights were lower than I expected, but there were some serious battles to earn a place in today's final, which takes place over on Bonsai Lake. Well, good morning everybody. Congratulations first of all for being here. One of you is going to be getting your hands on that and £200 as well. There are the other three sections, there's £50 to the winner. We'll draw in the order that the result was in yesterday. So the biggest weight draws first, just in order of qualification, if you want to say it that way. Good luck everybody. So your first one up, first top weight yesterday, £50 13, John Brown.
No, you need your left hand. Left hand.
No.
75, John Brown. Thanks, John. Next up is Jim Adams.
Do you want me to draw for you?
Yeah, definitely, because I know what you'll get.
Oh, he's fancying that one. 81, end peg. Peg 81, Jim, do you fancy it?
I do, mate, yeah. I think 83. And
No, you're the end peg.
Well, end peg, yeah, I do. Yes, I do. If I could have put my gear on a peg, it would be this one.
Can you fancy it?
I do actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got a lot of water.
Lots of options.
A lot of options, a lot of water. So yeah, really optimistic, Jamie.
Tell us a little bit about this lake then, mate. Bonsai on a very foggy day.
Yeah, so day two, Bonsai. As you can see, it's a lot smaller lake than Laurels, a bit more intricate in the way it's going to be fished. Probably some long pole fishing with hard pellets or maggots. But the minute method feed has been dominant on it, especially this side of the lake, the 70s and the 80s, that seems a good area. However, the lads up there in the 60s, there does seem to be a few carp there, so you know, it might all come down to, again, that last hour and a half when a few bigger fish feed either up to the islands, or there might be a few fish shortening the edges later on.
Well, we've just got a few minutes to the off. We've got a real nice mix of tactics and methods that we're going to see today. I've just had a walk up now and had a quick word with all 8 of the qualifiers today, and it looks like 4 of them aren't even going to fish with the pole today. So the other four have got the pole set up. The others are going to be sticking to rod only tactics. So we're going to see a nice mix here. We've got people like Roger, who's going to be fishing with the long pole. He's actually got the extensions on his pole, so he's going right across to 18 metres, which is allowing him to reach that island. But at that side of the lake, which is this side here, it is a little bit shallower. He has practiced and fished over here, and the same rig that he used here, he's noticed that it is much shallower on this side of this arm, so that could have an impact if those fish are going to be in this slightly deeper water at this side. Just seeing the first fish rise there just next to that island, and some of these pegs are really spaced out well, so they've got loads of room to have a go at. So I think decision making on deciding where to fish is going to be very important. That's it, lads, time. Good luck everyone. Well, I've just had a quick chat with 2 or 3 of the anglers. It looks like the vast majority of them are going to start on either a bomb and pellet or a method feeder across at the island. Every single angler has got an island of some shape or form to tackle, whether it be the end of an island or the middle part. Some anglers have even got more than one island to target, so deciding where to fish is going to be an issue for some of these anglers, but they all seem quite confident. And I think it looks like Roger behind me is going to be starting right across at that island where he's got 18 metres there. So he's going to start over there. I can hear him tapping, baiting. That's a match that's taking place on the outer of this lake. So I could just hear him tapping, baiting, and he started right across underneath that other island into that really shallow water. So he's just got a pot on there, he's just tapping some baiting. I've seen a couple of fish topping around the lake, up against the islands, not on this side of the lake where Roger is. It'll be interesting to see if he can catch in that shallow water early, because obviously presenting your bait with a pole across in that shallow water is different from the other anglers who are targeting that shallow water with the bomber method feeder. So the battles that we've got here today, down the left hand side of the arm, on your right of the picture is Mark, and he's fishing up against Peter on the left of your picture today. We've only been fishing 10 minutes, we haven't seen any fish caught yet. So that's the first pairing that we've got today. Then we've got the gap there. If we swing round, big gap. And then we've got the next two anglers. On the left of the screen you've got Tony Chandler, who qualified from peg 3 yesterday on Laurels in very close battle with Liam. And on the right is Darren Bayliss. He started on the feeder. I think he's casting across to that island. He had a battle yesterday with Andy Kirk. He catching most of his fish on the pole yesterday actually, over on Laurels. And then the third pairing that we've got, they're just on the point, so that's why they're spaced out like they are. On the left of the picture you've got Bernie. It's Bernie Davis. He's quietly confident. He's got loads of options to have a go at. As you can see, he's got the islands, 2 different points of the island, the middle of the island, and even another point of the island to the right. And he's fishing against John Brown, who was on had the top weight yesterday in the qualifier. He was on peg 40 on Laurels next to Matt Blackmore. He's got several options as well. As you can see, he's got 2 islands to target. And then the final pairing that we've got going down this back straight is Roger Hayton. As you can see, he's still on the pole now. He's across there into that shallow water. He's fishing 18 metres to reach that. And he's having a battle today with Jim Adams, who's down there on MPEG 81. He really fancied that today. He really fancies that. He's on the MPEG. It's a long way out of that corner. Well, we're 25 minutes in, and Jim is the first one to catch. Not a big fish, but it's the first one that we've seen. No one else has caught a fish yet. A couple of people getting odd little indications on the tip. Roger had a couple of indications on that pole long, but he didn't catch on it, so he's gone on the tip now. He's just going to fire a few pellets out and rest that pole line. Jim's off the mark. We're at the 45 minutes stage, and incredibly this is only the second fish that we've seen caught. This is Tony Chandler. Not a big fish. He's only the second angler to have caught in this first 3/4 of an hour. He's actually fishing alongside Darren Bayliss. This is the pairing for today at the top end. Tony's fishing with a tiny little bomb across underneath that island over there, and interestingly he's got that fish, so he's off the mark. And at the same time behind him, John Brown over here is into a fish. He's actually fishing alongside Bernie on the left of the screen. Bernie's not had any signs yet, so John's into one. It's his first bite that he's had. Not a huge fish, but he's off the mark, so he's winning that pairing now against Bernie. Good to see him get off the mark, and Tony is in front in his pairing as well. So that's 3 fish caught now after 45 minutes. Just coming up to the end of the first hour, and John Brown has just had his second fish. He's the only angler now to have caught 2 fish. But in that last bit, the angler he's fishing against is Bernie. Bernie's actually caught now. He's got an F1 about 1.5 pounds, but he has had 2 other bites as well. He's still fishing over to just where that duck is. He's casting over there, so he has had 3 indications on there. He's got 1 fish, 1.5 pounds, and then John's on 2 fish for about 2.5 pounds, something like that. John's just switched to his left hand island now on a method feeder. He's gone over there to where that bank's a little bit undercut over there. It's a little bit deeper over there than what it was, than where he initially started. He initially started against that bank there. It's a little bit shallower there. So since John moved over to that side, he's had 2 fish. Well, we are at the end of the first hour, and that has been incredibly slow. I really didn't expect it to be as slow as that. There are just 5 fish caught, and we knew it was going to be a slow start, but I think we all expected a few more signs than this. So as expected, it is going to go right to the wire, this one, with everybody still in it at the moment. We've got Jim Adams here now. We saw him catch, he caught the first fish today, probably about 3 pounds, something like that. Further along here, Roger, who he's fishing against, he hasn't caught yet. He's had 1 or 2 indications on the float on his 18-metre line right up against that island, but he's been on a bomb and feeder since then and not caught. The next angler down is John Brown. He's actually fishing against Bernie Davis on the far left of the screen. John's the only angler to have caught 2 fish. He's got 2 fish now for possibly about around three pounds, something like that, maybe a little bit more. But Bernie has caught, he's got an F1 about £1.5 pounds, but he has had a couple of indications, so he has got some fish around there. Next over to the left is the next pairing, which is Tony Chandler on the left of the screen, and then you've got Darren on his right. Darren hasn't had a bite yet. Darren started on the feeder across to the island, but he hasn't had any indications, and he's on the short pole now, just pointing a bit of bait in, but he hasn't had any signs. Tony Chandler, he's got a fish around the pound mark, so he's winning that pairing. And then when we get down here on this side, we've got Mark Green and Pete Morley, who's on the left of the shop, and neither one of these anglers have caught yet. Peter on the end there, he's not had any bites whatsoever, but Mark, unfortunately, he has had a bite, just fishing tight to that island there, to that corner, but that fish took him straight into a snag, and unfortunately lost the fish and his rig as well. So this is another pairing that haven't caught yet, but what we are seeing is that at this side of the arm, we are definitely seeing more fish rising at this side. Not a lot, but there are definitely more fish rising than what there are on the other side, and this is the deepest side as well. So it'll be interesting to see if this improves as the day progresses. And Jim is into his second fish. We actually saw him cast this in, just plop the feeder in a little bit more towards the middle in between those islands, just there, and that's literally only been in there about 30 seconds. Tip's gone straight round and he's into his second fish. Decent fish as well. So I think that puts him in front now. He's got 2 fish, just like John Brown up there, but Jim's fish have definitely been bigger than his, so he's definitely winning this pairing here. Roger's not caught yet on the left, so we've got Jim down as leading now. We are an hour and 20 minutes and it's still incredibly slow. Just behind Mark at the minute. Mark's paired up with Peter Morley, who's there on the end peg. Peter's not caught yet. This is the second fish that Mark's actually hooked. The first one snagged him under that island. Thankfully he's landed that one. Looks like an F1. So he's off the mark now. It's literally only about the 7th fish that we've seen caught. So it's great to see him land one. That's in the net, so he's off the mark now, so he's winning this pairing. But the most fish that we've seen caught, even at this stage, is Jim Adams there on MP81. He's got 2 fish, and John Brown right down there has got 2 fish, but the stamp of his fish are smaller. There's Darren, it's on the corner of this point. That's the first fish we've seen caught on the pole today. We strongly suspected that with it fishing so hard that we're going to see anglers like Darren, pretty much like he did yesterday, how he qualified for this final. It's just kind of putting fish in the net. Skimmers, any silverfish that came along, obviously any F1s or carp. That could be what we're seeing today. We might see the odd angler fishing with maggots now. You know, there's 1 or 2 anglers fishing with casters and worms. So those skimmers could be important today if it's going to be another low weight affair. He's just potting bait in, as you can see, on the long pole. But there are lots and lots of bream in this, or skimmers really, in this lake, and if it is going to need a low weight to win, then they could obviously boost the weights with silverfish to go with any bonus fish that might feed a bit later on. Well, 90 minutes in and we've finally seen Peter catch his first fish. He's still fishing very, very hard for everyone at this stage. We've just seen Mark on his right land his second fish, so he's winning this pairing. And his second fish was a good fish. Hopefully Peter's going to land this one. But elsewhere around the lake it's still slow. We think Jim Adams is in front at the minute on MPreg 81. He's got 3 fish. Well done, Peter. So Peter's off the mark now. That's great to see. He's back in the hunt now in this pairing, but up at that top end it's still really quiet. We are just approaching the halfway stage and we're currently behind Jim. So Jim was paired up with Roger on the left, Roger Hayton, and Jim is currently playing his 8th fish. Now it has obviously picked up for him. We don't think he's got a massive weight. He might be looking at probably £15 maybe, something like that. That's what he's estimating, which I'll give you an update on in a moment. Hopefully we're going to see Jim land this. He's definitely in front in the match. He's definitely winning his pairs because Roger at the next peg has only got one fish up to now. He's got one F1, which is caught on the bomb. He hasn't caught anything on the pole, but he's obviously hoping he's either going to find a pocket of fish or he's going to get an arrival. Well done, Jim. He's been catching on the method feeder. He's got the bomb set up as well, so he's definitely in front in the match at the minute. So at this stage, approaching the halfway stage, Roger on his left has just got one fish, one F1. Going further on down, the pairing down there is John Brown on the right and Bernie on his left. John's got 4 fish now for about £7, so he's definitely doing the best in that pairing. Bernie has got 2 fish for about £4, so there's not a lot in it, as you can tell. It's still fishing hard. And then you've got the 2 pair there. You've got on the left is Tony Chandler. He's got 2 F1s now. However, Darren in the red carp, he's on the pole. He's had 4 silverfish, which we think are skimmers, and 4 F1s on that pole. He's just fishing for bites like he did yesterday, and he's got about £10, so he's not that far behind Jim. And then down here we've got the pairing here of Mark and Pete Morley. Peter on the end here, we saw him catch a fish not long ago, so he's off the mark. He's actually got a fish, which is great to see. And Mark has now got 3 fish now, so he's winning this pairing, and he's 3 fish, 4 fish. He's had another one whilst I was at the top end, so he can't be that far behind Darren and Jim behind us. So he's very, very slow, but it's still incredibly close. So you know, we know this is going to go right to the wire. I'm incredibly pleased to announce that the sun has finally come out. We've got blue skies, the fog has cleared. Weather-wise, it's changed quite a lot in that last 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. Fishing-wise, there have been some changes, and it's still very, very close with everybody, really. There are 1 or 2 anglers that are really struggling, but even the forerunners that are winning the competition haven't got a very big weight, considering that we've just got under 90 minutes left. It's still wide open at this stage. We've got Jim, who a few minutes ago was admitting to £25, but he has just had a fish since then, but he says it was less than £1, so it was only a small fish, so we know he's got at least 25, 26 pound. As you can see, I've literally just switched this camera on to have a check-in with him, and he's into a fish. It's much better now that sun's come out. Whether it's going to affect the fishing or not, we don't know, but certainly the time of day, you'd expect that to make a difference to the fishing. Hopefully he's gonna net. He's got it. Well done, mate. So he's got that one now, so he's got 26 pound plus now, we think, according to his clicking. So we've got Jim as one of the leaders. Over here we've got Peter Morley. He's got 3 fish, but one of those is a double, so that's could prove to be very, very important, and there's loads of time to turn it around. As regards the pairs battle, Mark is winning this battle, but he's actually in contention for winning the match now. He's got 8 or 9 fish, but he ranks on his clicker. He's got 26 pound, so that puts him about the same as Jim, if those estimates are right. So we've got those 2 lads leading the competition at the minute. Over to Jim's left is Roger. Now Roger really struggled most of the day. He hasn't caught on the pole, but about an hour and a half ago he switched over to a method feeder, and he's casting it right up to that dark edge of right up to that bank there. That's where he's casting his method feeder, tight in, and he's managed to find a few fish, and he's now admitting to around 15 pound. As we work our way down, we then get over to the second pairing over on this side, and the first angler you're looking at on the left is Tony Chandler. So now Tony's still really struggling. He's got 3 fish. We saw him catch one earlier on, but he's on 3 now. And then over to his right is Darren. Now Darren's had the most fish. As you can see, he is pole fishing, and he's been fishing maggots on that and just really fishing for anything, similar to what he did yesterday in the semi-final. He's caught some skimmers, but he has also had about 8 F1s as well, so he's admitting to 15 pound. You're getting an idea now how close these weights are, aren't you? And then the final pairing at this top end here is John Brown on the right. Now John was one of the early leaders, but his swim's just completely died on him. He's only really been able to pick off a couple of small fish. He's not getting any indications. He's got a couple of lines. He's got one across there towards the island in front of him there. He's got one off the points as well, and he's got a line into that shallow water just there, but he's admitting to £10. But then we've got Bernie on the point here, who caught a couple of fish early on a maggot feeder over towards that point over there where that bank's undercut, but he has switched to a method feeder now, and he's casting that in front of him, straight in front to the front edge of where those reeds are and that tree's overhanging, with a method feeder and a wafter, and he's managed to claw back a few fish now on that, and he's now admitting to £19. So you get the idea about how incredibly close this competition is now, with around 80 minutes left. Heading into this final hour now, Roger has just caught one. He was admitting to £15 about half an hour ago. I think he's had 2 fish since then. We're sure that Jim down there is definitely winning this pairing, but he could be winning the match with £26. As I'm sure most people agree, your last hour, especially at this time of year, can definitely be the best. So with £26 leading, which is what Jim's got and what Mark's admitted to as well, it's not that much to make up on lakes like this if you're going to get a visit. And we've just seen Roger catch one. Jim's in again. Now Jim's going to make it very, very difficult for people to catch him if he keeps putting fish in the net. He is in the lead at the minute. They're not big fish, but if he keeps putting fish in the net, these other anglers just aren't going to catch him. There's about 50 minutes left now, and Roger seems to be on a little bit of a run here. This is his 3rd fish that he's had in the last few minutes. Now, last time we spoke to him before this fish, he was admitting to £19, which isn't as much as Jim's at the next peg, who is potentially winning the match. We think Jim might have £27, something like that. That's another fish he's got in there, so that takes him over £20 now. And there's plenty of time for him to catch Jim, so he'll be hoping that this run continues. He's fishing a method feeder to that corner there. That was another F1. He's not caught anything on the pole. We saw him earlier fishing 18 metres right the way underneath that other bank. That's been a waste of time for him up to now. He is still feeding that line. He says he's feeding it quite heavy, and because it's so shallow, he says hopefully if any fish do arrive in that shallow water, he's going to see them. Obviously the sun's out now, it's got much warmer now, so that shallow water will warm up quicker. We'll be hoping he can stay on the feeder and just keep putting fish in the net, doing what he's doing now, but he has got that pole line fed and he's keeping that alive. Final 45 minutes, and it's that man again, it's Roger. He's found another fish. They're not big fish, but he's clawing back weight on Jim now. It's going to be a tight weigh-in, I think, this one, for this pairing at this end. Well, this is really going to make things interesting now. We've got Mark over here, and he's actually found another fish. He was admitting to £26. That's going to boost his weight. Just have a look at that fish. All right, it's not a big fish, but it's keeping him up there, certainly with Jim behind him. So this is really going to go right to the wire, even though there aren't any big fish being caught. 35 minutes left, and Jim is into another one. Every fish now is going to be so important. Hopefully he's going to land this one. He's got it. Well done, Jim. So that potentially is keeping him, certainly keeping him up with Mark. Like I said, Mark doesn't seem to... Well, that's a better fish than what we thought. That might push him in front now. Mark here is admitting to about the same sort of weight. And he's playing a fish as well. How about that? Well, that's a real battle now, isn't it? Fish for fish now. Obviously we're going to be relying on the anglers' estimated clicking weights, because we haven't seen every single fish, but yeah, hopefully Mark's going to land this, and it's got to be neck and neck between these two now. Roger keeps picking off the odd fish behind. He's had that little run. He had 3 or 4 fish in the space of about 15-20 minutes. It's gone quiet on him now, so the only 2 anglers that are catching at the minute, or getting the odd fish, is Mark and Jim. We've got 35 minutes left. Well, we're into the final 10 minutes, and this is really the warmest part of the day. It's really warm now. The lake hasn't woke up like we thought it was going to. We honestly expected it picking up all the way around, not for huge numbers of fish, but certainly picking up. But in some areas, anglers literally haven't caught for almost an hour. It's obvious that those really cold temperatures last night have obviously affected the lake, and there isn't any wind on it, bright sunshine now, and that could be why it's just not got going. However, we think that it's going to be very close between at least 2 anglers, and the other 3 sections could be very close as well. 6 minutes left, and Roger's into a fish. He hasn't caught for a while. He had that quick flurry. He must be He's within 10 pounds of Jim, we know that. There are some big fish in here. This doesn't look like it's a huge fish, but it could help claw a bit of that weight back. Like I say, a lot of what we're relying on today is the angler's accuracy as regards their estimates and their clicking weights. We haven't seen every fish that's been caught, so some of these estimates could be out, so there could still be 1 or 2 surprises. That's it, lads. Time! Well, there's lots of speculation, as you can imagine, about who may have won. It's going to be very tight between Jim and Mark, but a couple of the pairs' weights could be interesting, and again, we're down to estimates. Lots of people have been asking me throughout this weekend while we've been filming about how they can get involved in fishing this competition next year and all our other events. All you need to do is just quite simply become a channel member. I'll put a link underneath for you so that you can check that out. That is where we run all of our monthly live streams. We have several of those each month, and that is where I upload all my members' exclusive content, and this is where we organise all of our members' events. So check that out underneath, and we're going to get weighing in now. We're going to be weighing in from Peter, and then we're going to weigh right the way around to Jim, who's going to be the last one to weigh in. So Alex Doherty is already up there about to weigh the first angler in. So first to weigh in is Peter. Alex is kindly helping him with that. Alex has estimated what, £19.7? Yeah, that's not bad, that is it, for 3 or 4 fish. Let's have a look what that's going to be. £17.8. Well done, Peter. You're winning up to now, Peter. £17.8. So next one up to weigh is Mark. Now we think Mark was the only angler really that we think is going to get even close to Jim, but again, it's going to be down to clicking weights and estimates and all that sort of stuff. We're going to find out. Clicked over £30. It was 32 last we heard, but we think he might have had another fish since then. Let's see what this is.
28.13.
28.13. Well done, Mark.
Well done, Jim.
28.13 for Mark. It's 28.13 for Mark. So that puts him as the section winner and potential match winner. Next up is Tony Chandler. Dave's come to join us. Hey Dave.
Hi there.
Dave was one of the battlers from yesterday's semi-final. He had a tough day yesterday. And today?
£13.5.
£13.5. Well done, Tony. Next one in this pairing is Darren. He's caught a bit of everything. He's done some maggot fishing on the pole. He's caught some skimmers, some roach in there, mixed bag, and he's got some F1s. He's got about 8, 9 F1s, I think. No, but you fish maggots and stuff, ain't you? Fish for bites. It's the way to do it on a hard day, mate. It can be the way to go. You've got £13 to beat for this pairing, for this section. Oh, Tony, you've done it again.
What's that?
£10.11.
£10.11.
Thank you, Dave. Yep. The next pairing up here, we've got Bernie up here on the point. You know that he caught 1 or 2 early on maggots, and then he switched to a method feeder straight in front. So this is Bernie.
£20.12.
£20.12. Well done, Bernie. Well done, mate. Next up is John Brown. Real winter mode. They were way heavy then. What much is that, John? You've done it, mate.
23.
Section.
No.
£23. Well done, mate. Another surprise. Another surprise. Top weight now is £28 with 1 pair to weigh in. Down here we've got Roger, who's making a late charge, trying to catch up with Jim, who potentially he's got to beat £28 to take the title. Next up is Roger. Is that just that? Nice one, Roger. So that's Roger Ayton, second to last to weigh in. He's paired up with Jim down there. This might weigh more than what the estimates were.
35.
Yeah, look at that. New leader. 34.15. Well done, Roger. Well done, mate. 34.15. That's a new leader. That could take the title. It's down to Jim now. Jim's estimating. We'll see what that's like. Well done, mate. So this is it. So he's got £34 to beat. £34 winning the match, and obviously that weight is Roger, who he's been fishing against as well in the pair.
It's close.
This is very close indeed, this one. Let's watch this.
Oh, I haven't done it.
38. You've done it, Jim. 38.14. Congratulations, Jim. Massive congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it gone, mate? You've lost a few fish. I know
I've lost a few. There's a big snag down there, and
Is there?
you can feel them sawing it off. You know, it wasn't very nice.
What was the best method for you?
Well, I was on a 5mm wafter, and then I went on to an 8mm round one, actually cut flat,
Ah, right, okay.
and that worked very well.
Right, have you caught anything on a bomb and pellet today?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all?
on the bomb at all.
And where was the best spot? Was it over to
In the corner of the island, over there.
To that
in the-
right-hand island
yeah,
over there?
right-hand island there, yeah.
All right. Well, fantastic. And much lower weight than I'm sure you think you need, but it's,
Well, I was when I drew it, I thought, come on, there's, you know, a good 60, 70 in there, you know, it's peg 81, you know.
yeah,
But as you see, the whole lake is fished very poor, really.
it has, yeah. So fantastic, mate. Huge congratulations. Well done
Thank
again,
you
mate.
very much, mate. Thank
Well
you.
done, mate.
Thank you.
Right, everybody. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you once again, like I said, not only for taking part and supporting this latest event, but thank you for being eligible by remaining members. It means a lot to me, and it helps me get out there, do more filming and do more things like this. So thank you very much for that, and well done for qualifying for today. Venue's fished tricky both days, I think you'll all agree, so you've all done brilliant to be here. So I know some of you have got very long journeys, so and appreciate you not only coming, but you've had a couple of nights in digs, and you know it's not cheap to do that these days, so I know you've got to get off. So first of all, very close match. The weighboard's there if you want to see that, but the first section, which was down this left-hand bank, the winner with £28 13 ounce is Mark Green. Well done, mate. Well done, Pa. Superb job. Thank you. Well done, mate. Next up, going along this left-hand bank, another surprise for the second day running. A low weight section, which proves how tricky it has fished. The winner of that section is Tony Chandler with £13 5 ounce. Well done, Tony. Well done, mate. Well done, Pa. Another surprise. Then your final section winner, another surprise, which just shows that on hard days it's not over until the last few minutes. You know, with such low weights, you can literally turn it around in 1 or 2 casts. The winner of that section was John Brown with £23 1 ounce. Well done, Pa. Well done, mate. Thanks very much. Thank you. It was touch and go at the minute. I know some people fancied the draw, but it's been far from easy. I'm sure you'll agree. And it has turned into a very, very close competition. Massive thank you again for everyone taking part, and I'm very pleased to announce the very first Catch Knockout Cup champion, the winner of the new trophy and £200, Jim Adams, with a weight of £38 1. Well done, mate. Very, very well done. And there's your trophy, mate.